expulsion of former transitional leader Paul Sandaogo Damiba from Togo. These stories and more will be yours in a bit. You're welcome back. The Central African Economic and Monetary Community, CEMAC, is set to embrace or is bracing for a critical moment as its heads of state gather in Brazil on January 22nd, 2026 for an extraordinary summit. Conveyed by Congolese President Denis Sassou Nguesso, the meeting aims to address the looming economic, financial, and monetary challenges facing the sub-region. Bertrand Tita has an in-depth in the following report.
The summit comes at a time of heightened uncertainty, with CEMAC economies grappling with persistent inflation, fragile public finances, and dwindling foreign exchange reserves. The region's leaders are expected to discuss concerted measures to preserve microeconomic stability, strengthen national resilience, and mitigate the impact of external shocks. The Bank of Central African States (BIAC) faces pressure to maintain stability while supporting growth. The recent surge in inflation, driven by global food and energy price shocks, has eroded purchasing power and threatened social stability. Rising debt levels and looming repayment obligations threaten fiscal sustainability. Several CEMAC member states are struggling to service their debt, raising concerns about potential defaults. Diminishing reserves, heightened vulnerability to external shocks. The region's ability to import essential goods and services is under threat, exacerbating economic hardship. Over-resilience on commodities leaves CEMAC economies exposed to price volatility. The need for diversification is urgent, but progress has been slow. The Brazzaville Summit is a test of CEMAC's collective resolve to address shared challenges. Leaders must balance national interests with regional cohesion, ensuring that policy decisions prioritize stability and inclusive growth. The stakes are high and the room for error is slim. CEMAC's leaders must demonstrate bold leadership and a commitment to regional solidarity if they are to navigate the sub-region through these turbulent times. The outcome of the Brazzaville Summit will have a far-reaching implication for the region's economic prospect. A failure to address the pressing challenges could lead to prolonged recession, soaring inflation, and widespread poverty. Heightened tensions and stability as citizens demand action, strained relationships, and diminished trust among member states. Despite the daunting challenges, there are glimpses of hope. CEMAC's leaders have shown a willingness to work together in the past, and there is growing recognition of the need for urgent action. The Brazzaville Summit is an opportunity for CEMAC to chart a new course, one that prioritizes stability, resilience, and inclusive growth. The world is watching, and the people of Central Africa are counting on their leaders to deliver.
As you heard in one of our lead stories, the Sustainable Cities and Land Management Project was officially launched on Monday, January 19, 2026 at the Yaoundé City Hall Esplanade under the supervision of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. Backed by 120 billion francs CFA from the World Bank, the project aims to modernize the cities of Douala and Yaoundé through better land management. The launch concluded with the signing of an urban development project between the ministry and the urban communities of both cities. As Madoshe Kwiate and Sharon Aratani tell us in the following report.
Yaoundé and Douala are set for a major overhaul. The government is launching a huge infrastructure project to boost urban mobility with new roads and drainage system. This move aligns with President Paul Biya's vision for modern cities.
Project is basically helping strengthen the system of cities in Cameroon. One of the key features of this project is that we're making cities more resilient to climate change, but also making it more inclusive so that citizens can actually be part of the urban fabric.
The Ville et Gestion Foncière Durable project shows the government's commitment to tackling urban growth challenges and land management issues. Minister Crutes highlighted the need for effective planning.
To address the urban roads of Douala and Yaoundé, we need to address the additional sanitation issues in the project that will also be set up to tackle flood management in a world where climate change and urban pressure are a reality. This project will also address land information system issues so that there is land security for every Cameroonian, as the Director of Infrastructure said, can access and secure their land title.
Accède et sécurise son titre foncier.
This 120 billion francs CFA project will address flooding, sanitation, and land security issues, making Douala and Yaoundé more resilient and sustainable. The goal is to create inclusive cities with improved infrastructure and governance.
Let's now talk education, where as parents continue to seek for better method for better learning for their children, educational experts have highlighted that success relies on targeted support and balanced homework rather than increased workload. They suggested grouping students based on specific weaknesses, emphasizing the distinction between homework and application. This approach aims to personalize teaching and maximize student potential while providing or avoiding burnout. Let's get details of this story from Freddy Esomo and Melanie Mbo as they caught up with some educational experts in the following report.
Effective tutoring and repetition classes are crucial for students' success in today's evolving educational landscape. To guarantee students' success, educators must adopt dynamic, personalized strategies that cater to individuals' learning needs. Primary school revision classes don't have the same meaning. In primary school, the teacher repeats what they suspect certain students didn't understand. Their children are promoted. We observe the class that hasn't reached the highest level, and as such, we reach out to their parents through report cards. According to experts, grouping students according to their weaknesses, providing targeted support can help address specific areas of struggle. The work to be done is to group these students according to their weaknesses. Once you have done that, the second task will be to prepare lessons to try to raise their level in relation to their shortcomings. Homework is another thing. Maybe you can choose from all the topics you have covered during the week and say, I am going to stimulate my students' minds on this or that topic. They equally highlighted the need to discuss between homework and application exercises. While homework provides students with the opportunities to practice what they have learned, application exercises serve as a checkpoint for understanding. Homework should not be confused with what we used to call application exercises back in our time, which should come immediately after presenting the lessons so that the teacher can assess the level of success of their teaching operation, the level of achievement. The technical term is level of achievement of that specific pedagogical objective. As the educational sector continues to evolve, it is clear that effective teaching methods play a critical role in students' success.
As you heard in one of our lead stories, in a world where women should be free to live, laugh and thrive, feminicide casts a dark shadow, silencing countless voices and shattering a very fabric of society. Statistics are staggering, the stories heart-wrenching and the impact devastating. Behind every number, there is a life lost, there is a family bereaved, and a community left to pick up the pieces. As we navigate the complexities of our modern world, it's imperative that we confront these heinous crimes head-on. Let's get details of this story from Melanimbo and Freddy Esoma.
Feminism has come a long way in its quest for equality and justice. From the suffragettes to the Me Too movement, women have been fighting tirelessly to be heard, seen and respected. However, despite the progress made, one issue continues to plague our society: feminicide. The brutal killing of women simply because they are women is a stark reminder that there is still much work to be done.
Nous sommes aujourd'hui une société pratiquement en perte de repères.
I completely agree that socialization is a root cause of feminicide and that education is key to addressing this issue. Sensitizing both men and women to the value and contributions of women in society, as well as the consequences of gender-based violence, is a crucial step towards creating a more equitable and just society. By educating individuals about the importance of gender equality and promoting healthy relationships, we can work together preventing feminism and creating a safer and more respectful environment for all.
La question des féminicides.
Recent events have brought the issue of feminicide to the forefront. Women are being murdered, assaulted and discriminated against with alarming frequency. This, however, is a stark reminder that the society values and norms are often at the roots of its problem.
Comme solution.
Preventing feminism requires a collective approach and concrete action to promote a culture of respect and equality between men and women. Education programs that promote equality and mutual respect, awareness campaigns and training for professionals are all initiatives that can help reduce violence.
Première solution, il faut sensibiliser.
It is, however, important to educate people about the values and contributions of women in the society, as well as the consequences of gender-based violence. The government, civil society, organizations and communities must collaborate to promote women's rights and prevent feminicide.
And if you're just joining us, it is the 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. Let's now take a tour to get updates of what make news. First up will be in Burkina Faso. As you heard, Burkina Faso's authorities have reported that a major threat to national stability has been neutralized following the arrest and expulsion of former transitional leader Paul Sandaogo Damiba from Togo. Damiba is accused of orchestrating several coup and assassination plots, including the recent attempt targeting President Ibrahim Traoré. Second stop will be Burkina Faso's former transitional president Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba has reportedly been arrested in Togo and expelled amid accusations that he was behind several coup and assassination plots. Damiba, who seized power in 2022 coup before being overthrown 8 months later by current leader Ibrahim Traoré, was allegedly detained in Lomé last week and questioned over attempts to destabilize Burkina Faso. Authorities in Ouagadougou say they recently foiled a plot to assassinate Traoré, with suspected conspirators appearing on state television and claiming they acted on Damiba's orders. The deputy prosecutor of the International Criminal Court has described Sudan's Darfur region as an epicenter of profound suffering, warning that civilians are enduring collective torture amid the conflict between the army and the rapid support forces. Briefing the UN Security Council, the prosecutor said the fall of al-Fashar was accompanied by widespread atrocities, including rape, executions, mass graves, and arbitrary detentions, particularly against non-Arab communities. She said the ICC assesses that war crimes and crimes against humanity have been committed, while Sudan's UN ambassador accused foreign actors of supporting the RSF, echoing UN findings of abuses by both sides. The Congolese army has announced that it has fully regained control over Uvira, a key city in South Kivu, following the withdrawal of Rwanda-backed March 23 rebels who had seized the area in early December. According to government sources, pro-Kinshasa Wazalendo fighters entered the city's southern district on Sunday, later joined the Congolese special forces, leading to the official declaration of Uvira's recapture on Monday. While residents welcomed the returning forces amid sporadic gunfire, the celebrations were overshadowed by reports of looting. Although March 23 claimed last month to have handed the city over to the international community, local authorities say rebel fighters have repositioned in surrounding hills overlooking Uvira, keeping the city under threat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. It is always a pleasure staying with you, but do not go nowhere. Up next is Selak Chu, a presentation of Tabi Klaxu. Stay tuned.